Okay, we're going to start this meeting with a Walmart cheer. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. And if you supply Walmart in any way, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're not going to do that. Thanks to everybody for coming. This is my third time I've had the honor to facilitate and share. It's the easiest job in the next 2 or 3 days. I don't do anything. All I do is keep speakers on time and blame them if something goes wrong. But we really appreciate your participation. This event, I chaired this event in 2009. It was a food and beverage packaging summit in 2009 in Georgia. 2011 in Las Vegas, same summit. And then this beautiful setting here at the Four Seasons at Westlake. I think this is Marcus Evans' first time at this location, and so far so good. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. That being said, it took me about 2.5 hours to get here from the airport yesterday. I was coming down off the mountain in Colorado from a ski trip. I had a beard, I had a baseball hat on, I had a t-shirt, and I was walking through here, and Tori's like, who in the heck is this guy in this room? But I got here last night. I missed the cocktail party. That is one thing that I was taught very early in packaging, in my packaging career. I've been doing this for 23 years. And my mentor at the time when I came out of college said, never, ever, ever miss a cocktail reception in the packaging industry because it is something to see. And absolutely. And last night, Tori said, we had to cut it off. There was 60 people there. We had to cut off the bar, and the thing hadn't even started yet. So I'm sorry I missed that. But hope you have a good time. A little bit about me. 23 years in packaging. My mom was in retail. She worked for Schnucks in the Midwest for 40 years. My dad was in packaging, and now I'm doing retail packaging. So I don't know what that means, but there's something about that. I spent a majority of my career prior to coming onto the retail side with solution providers on the image carrier development, pre-press, production art, and creative design side. So the Southern Graphic Systems, the SGS Co's of the world, the Shocks of the world, the Matthews of the world, work for them all. Both in an operations and sales capacity. 2008, I got the call from Meyer in Grand Rapids to manage their packaging production for private label. So I made the transition to the other side of the phone, hoping to learn a little bit more about how the customer, our customer, wants from packaging and how they view packaging. 2 years at Meyer, where I was handling everything, so food and beverage, food consumables, OTC, health and wellness, GM, apparel. And I got a call from Walmart to move to Manhattan. I'm like, what is Walmart doing in Manhattan? But they had an apparel office up there, so I moved to New York in 2010 and managed their global apparel packaging production for Walmart. And in the true core packaging sense, we don't think of apparel is one of those primary drivers in packaging's influence over the purchase. It's different. So the apparel thing was like, I'm going to go do a bunch of hang tags, right? It's obviously a little bit more intense than that. The global footprint was about 21 countries at any one given time and about 250 offshore print production facilities that we work with on a seasonal basis in support of our apparel private brand. So moved to Bentonville in 2012 and took over all of general merchandise. So when everybody thinks of Walmart private label, what do you think of? Great Value, right? It's a huge brand, and the majority of the people in this room either interact with Great Value or support Great Value in some fashion, or compete with Great Value in some fashion. When you walk into the store, if you look right, you've got food and grocery, depending on what your layout is. One side of the store is food, groceries, and consumables. The other side of the store is everything else, general merchandise, apparel, toys, seasonal, electronics. My team manages the private label packaging execution for that group. Anybody want to guess how many private brands we have on the general merchandise side of the house? Okay, we're going to have to be a little bit more interactive than this. Okay, that'd be a bigger job. I should get a VP job role if we have 10,000 brands. We have 52 private label brands right now on the general merchandise side of the house, and that's inclusive of the sporting goods, the camping, the automotive, apparel, electronics, entertainment, like I said. So 52 brands, and I have a team of 30 internally at Walmart of designers, production artists, project managers, and print production specialists that control the packaging development process for those brands. Ironically enough, the larger brand, the largest private label brand in-house at Walmart is Great Value, no question. My counterpart on the Great Value side has a team of 2. And it's hard to believe that a company the size of Walmart operates in such silos that we're still learning to be a bigger company. Now, we're doing a lot of big things out there. I mean, Walmart is chaos every day. It's like every day I get a memo, internal memo, that we bought somebody else. We just made an acquisition 2 days ago. Anybody know who it is? Moose Jaw. More e-commerce play. Moose Jaw is a small outdoor retailer in the upper Midwest in Michigan. 10 physical retail stores, huge online presence. So as you see our acquisitions, there's nothing short of everything happening at Walmart at any given time. So anyway, enough about me. I will take any questions about Walmart you want offline. I'll do my very best to answer anything that I can. Again, on the food consumable side, I can take that question back because, believe it or not, I don't have a lot of interaction on that side of the house. If you want to talk about GM import packaging, all over it. So why are we here? I talked to Tori last night, again, when she thought that somebody was coming into her room to mess it up, the guy with the beard and the T-shirt. And I asked her how it was going, and she said that it's been a long journey to get everybody in this room. For whatever reason, all you packaging creative pros, it's like herding cats, is what she told me. She said it's like herding cats to get everybody in this room at one time, but everybody showed up for the cocktail reception, so we're all good. And if you think about it, we've got creatives, we've got engineers, we've got marketers, we've got structural plastic experts, we've got people like me to just run businesses and run packaging. So we have all of these different disciplines and skill sets within this room, all under the umbrella of packaging. And every one of us contributes and or thinks differently as it relates to our role in packaging. And that can no longer be the case, because the purchasing decision and that experience that the customer is having, whether it be in brick and mortar or online, is a whole heck of a lot different than it was about 5 years ago. They look for the experience. So how does creative, from a packaging perspective, tie into the sustainability component and the materials component of packaging and that purchasing decision? That's what we're going to learn about today and tomorrow. We are finding at Walmart that, and obviously our e-commerce, everybody's chasing Amazon in my space, right? And we're learning that customer is so different than it was. And what influences their purchasing decision? It's not just contain and protect. Packaging's historical role, contain, protect, and communicate. It's not that anymore. It has to interact, it has to be innovative, and it has to provide that customer with an experience and a corresponding solution to what they're looking for. So over the course of the next 2 days, we're going to hear from a lot of power players in the industry. I haven't had a chance to look at any of the presentations because, look, packaging is the last thing in the supply chain, and we were the last ones to get our slides in, so I haven't really seen anything. So I don't know who's presenting what, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Maybe next time we get, I'm just kidding. So we're going to start off with a heavy hitter. This is one of those mic drop introductions. It's just like, okay, I'm out of here after the introduction of our distinguished guest. First of all, who has been at this summit before? That's indicative of a good summit, right? Winners return. Who has heard this gentleman speak before? Okay, see, you all know what I'm talking about then. Dr. Corafor is the Vice President, Global Sustainability and Packaging Innovation from McCormick. That's impressive, right? Ever heard of that Heinz Squeeze ketchup pack? Yeah, this guy. Ever heard about that collaboration between Heinz and Coke with that plant bottle? Yeah, this guy over here, who we're going to hear from next. So this is actually pretty intimidating for me. I'm just running 52 brands for Walmart. I don't have anything on this guy.